Everybody, I'm Mahin, and this is your Saturday Strength edition of the Daily Bellydance Quickies. Today we're going to continue along with our primer for feet and ankles, the Below the Knee series that was started on my blog a couple weeks back. So far in the videos and exercises, we've already done 1 week. We've done the forefoot, so the toes in the front of the foot. Then we did continue on with the arches in the midfoot. And so this week we'll be addressing the rear foot and ankle area, and then the next one will be on the calves. So if you haven't read the blog post, go ahead and check that out, and I'll leave a link for it in the box down there. And we'll be covering a couple of exercises today using a band and also using a ball if you have one, but I'm going to have to substitute because I don't have a ball around the house today. And why? Let's talk about why. It's always important to know why you're doing something. So what is your ankle stability? How is that going to impact your dance? Anytime you go up on releve, your stability is going to come partially from the strength in your arches and the toes that are supported, as we've discussed before, and also a lot of it is going to come from your ankles and the muscles that surround your ankles on all of the sides, front and back and inside and outside. So that's going to be part of your stability. This comes into play anytime you're up on releve, anytime you are spinning up on the balls of your feet, anytime that you are doing long chains of turns or single turns, and even when you're not dancing, when you're wearing high heels. So remember that anytime that your ankle gives way and you go down, it's not just your ankle that's in danger there. When you go down, depending on how you go down, you can really mess up your knee. You can twist it, tear it, and do lots of things to that. And we all have an instinct to catch ourselves when we're falling, and so we put our hand out. And so a lot of times when people fall, they get wrist injuries as well. So we don't need any of that. So let's go ahead and talk about and try out some exercises to keep our ankles nice and strong. Okay, we're going to start out our first exercise. So here I have my band looped around the leg of a couch, and it's across the front of my foot right here. So I have it over the base of my toes and basically over the top of where underneath the ball of my foot is. So right here, this joint between where my toes meet my foot. And I have the band out nice and flat. I have it at a tension where when my foot is relaxed, it kind of pulls back on it just a little bit. So what we're going to be doing with this first exercise, this is to strengthen the muscles along the front of the ankle right here. So these run up here, so you're going to feel these working right up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back on the band like this. And when you do that, you can feel all the muscles right here. If you put your fingers on it, you can feel them contract. So that's your first exercise. For our second exercise, we're going to have the band looped around so that it's looped around on the pinky side of your foot, and then it's stabilized down on the leg of the couch again. So for this one, we're going to make sure that all of our action is coming at the ankle rather than at the knee. So we're going to keep our knee still, and we're going to use the muscles that are on the outside of the calf and the outside of the ankle to pull on the band and pull away, and you should feel that out here. If you put your fingers right along here, just above your ankle on the outside of your calf, then you should feel that working right there. Now if you read the blog post and you looked at the picture that was down at the bottom of the person whose feet are in releve but their ankles are bowing out, that's a case where your muscles are weak on the outside and not holding your feet in an aligned position. So this is an exercise to address that, and we'll also be doing one more. For our third exercise, we're going to have the band looped around so it is on the big toe side of our foot and stabilized on the leg of the couch again. And again, we're going to make sure that this exercise comes from here and that we're not using rolling our whole leg in. That's a lot more muscle to get this action and feels easier, and it's something that you could cheat on, but we're not going to. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use only the action at the ankle to do this, and we're going to pull in on the band like this. And when this time, because we're pulling in this direction, we're using the muscles here along the inside of the foot and right down here on the inside just above the ankle. and you should feel that. You can also pull your foot further away if you want to make it a little more difficult. You can also use a heavier resistance band if the band that you're using feels like it maybe is too easy. If you can do 15 of them and they aren't getting a little bit hard at the end, then you probably need a little bit more resistance on your foot for this exercise. So a more stiff band or pulling your foot away a little bit to get a little extra resistance on the band you already have would both work. Last band exercise, and for this I've taken the band off of the couch leg and I'm going to put it underneath the ball of my foot, nice and flat like that, and then I'm going to pull back on it right here. And so I'm going to keep the rest of my leg relaxed and push through the ball of my foot on the band and pushing away. So this is similar to a calf raise standing. The action is very similar. So here we're going to work our ankle in that last direction, pushing away on the band. This is why you need to keep it under the ball of the foot so it doesn't slide down under your arch. Just like that. This is our last exercise, and for this one what we're going to be doing is working on coming up in releve and keeping our ankles nice and aligned over our toes and not bowed out. What I mean by that is when you come up, that your ankles stay nice and straight and they don't fall out like this, where you can see how that creates a lot of instability. So we want to work on coming up and keeping those muscles on the outside of our calf engaged so that they help us to stay nice and aligned. Alright, so I don't have a ball. If you have a small play ball, then this would work really well. So what I did was I rolled up a bath towel, a little small bath towel, hand towel, and put a rubber band on it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this right down here between my ankles. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come up in releve. And if I keep my ankles in and aligned, the bath towel will stay up there, or your ball will stay up there. But if I don't, it's going to fall down like that. So that's what we want to have that there for. So, okay. So we're going to go up, hold on to that towel or that ball, and come back down. Now as you're doing this, pay attention to where your weight is on your toes. You should feel it all the way distributed across your feet. And if you remember the forefoot exercises that we did, you want to make sure you try and keep your toes lengthened and long underneath so they're not clawing up on the floor. Just like that. So I hope that you'll try out those exercises. They're really good for your ankles. If you have some existing injuries, of course you're going to want to follow the instructions from your physical therapist or from your doctor or whoever is your healthcare provider that has taken care of whatever is going on with your ankles for you. So be also always mindful of that. If you're interested in more information like this, I do present this as part of my Bellydance anatomy and injury prevention workshops, and it will be coming through California, and I'm going to be back on the East Coast again this summer. You'll be seeing dates really soon, and chances are that those workshops will be part of the series. So if you are not familiar with the other days of the Daily Bellydance Quickies, go ahead and take a look in the box down there and check it out. It is free and it comes every day with some good things for you to know as a belly dancer. And I can't believe I got through this whole thing because it's before noon and I've only had one cup of coffee, so yay me. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye.